with you. Starting
Here we go.
We're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. It's our last football Friday of the season. Squad is in effect. Jefferson all week long.
Let's do it the right way.
Bets. Let's do it the right way.
Lord have mercy.
Hear me now.
Hear me now.
Brian Windhorst is up at the basketball trade deadline, which has come and gone, and there are notes. But let's start 48 hours from the Super Bowl. Let's get things started with a fired-up Friday. Jeffrey, what are we fired up to see on Sunday night?
The key for the Patriots to win is their O-line protecting Drake May. We've talked about it, 15 sacks in the postseason, 11 against four-man rush. They got to fix the techniques of fundamentals. Josh McDaniels has done a really good job of putting him in the right protections. They have not executed well. Will this be the game they turn this thing around to get explosive plays down the field with protection?
Otherwise, it could be a long night for Drake May. Harry, what are you fired up to see in the Super Bowl?
Can the New England Patriots in their defense sustain third down and red zone success? So far in their first three playoff games, they've held their opponents on third down to 12 for 41. That's 29%. In the red zone, 2 for 8. That's 25%. But guess what? The Seattle Seahawks, they aren't missing key components on their offense. Can they sustain what they've done in the first three games?
Really good look as we continue it all morning long. Bart, what are you fired up to see in the Super Bowl?
I'm all fired up about the butterfly effect. Who's going to have a different trajectory? You talk about, maybe Drake May doing only what maybe Brady, Russell, and Roethlisberger did in the second year, winning a championship. But then you're going to have Sam Darnold saying, Lamar, Allen, Baker, hold my beer, Seattle, show me the money. Tear that contract up.
The first of that class to win a Super Bowl ring. And then, Joe, give us one you're fired up to see on Sunday.
Patriots fall behind early in this game, and it's lights out. Seattle, number one in the NFL in first quarter scoring, number one in the NFL in first quarter point differential. However, not perfect. In their three, and only 3 losses this year, they got taken in the first quarter. The Niners got them in week 1, Tampa Bay got them, and the Rams got them. That's the key to Seattle. Put Sam Darnold in a disadvantageous position because if the Patriots fall behind early, that Seattle defense is going to tee off.
Okay, so let's pick it up there. And I was listening to a lot of the stuff that you've had as you're appearing basically on every show on the network these days, talking about the Patriots. And I've done, as we all have, I assume, a bunch of radio shows this week. And I feel like there's sort of a conventional wisdom that is developing. Jeff, I'm looking right at you. That the New England Patriots, and this is not, they don't make their own schedule.
Yeah.
But the reality is the way things have broken for them has been extremely advantageous. This is a significant step up in class. The Seahawks are a better team and will win this handily. I'm not saying it. I'm saying I feel like that is a conventional wisdom that I am hearing. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I disagree with that. And not the point of there definitely have been advantages because of players being injured or not being there, whatever it was from teams that they played. But at the end of the day, Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels, this staff, I think they do a great job with their players, and they make it sticky. Like, we can say all you want. You still got to beat the ones on your schedule. And we can minimize how good teams are. This is the NFL. You ain't out recruiting people, y'all. Like, you got to go play. So give credit where credit is due. They've won the ones they had to. And by the way, the second half of the Denver game in a blizzard, like, so some of these numbers are a little bit skewed to me. And you play. Every game is like a style, and sometimes you got to play a little different style. If you don't need to push? Why risk it when you don't need to? So I think a little bit of this is overblown. I do understand what Joe said. If they get behind because of how good their front is, it could get ugly. I don't think they're going to get behind.
What do you think, Bart?
Well, when you talk about, and what Jeff would be the only one on this panel right now that has the experience. I'm sure you won a Super Bowl, you lost a Super Bowl, and not always, the best team doesn't always win.
That's exactly right.
And you just have to be the best team that day. And when feelings and emotions and pressure builds up, it can be crazy. But Seattle has more paths to win than I would say New England. New England's pretty much played a JV type of schedule. But when you play tough opponents and you go through that grit, it prepares you for these type of moments. I'm excited to see, does the coaching experience of Vrabel and McDaniel, outweigh Kupp and Ernest Jones, who has that experience from on the field.
Yeah.
What do you think, Harry?
Well, I love what Bart just said, the coaching experience when you look at New England. Mike Vrabel won 3 Super Bowls as a player. Josh McDaniels, who's the offensive coordinator, he's won 6 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots.
Gracious.
So if you get down early in the ball game, the most important thing is to not hit that panic button. right? Still run your offense. Don't go in panic mode. Don't feel like you have to get it all back with one play or on one drive. You continue to chip away at the lead if Seattle does go up. And I believe the experience of those two guys on defense, there's a reason why you bring guys over who's had success. Milton Williams won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Carlton Davis won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think all those things combined, if they get down, they're not going to falter, and they're going to still keep their composure.
All right, so then let me come to you over here, because I've been hearing a lot of the stuff that you have been saying. And the number.
That.
Yeah, well,
Buck Nasty, the world's biggest hater. I thought I was the world's biggest hater.
I'm not dumb. I pay attention to what people who know what they're talking about say, and you're the person who knows what they're talking about. And the reality is the numbers skew in Seattle's favor.
You don't want to control the controllables. You don't want to duck the team because they can't control the schedule, but you have to evaluate the schedule if you're going to evaluate how the game is going to play out. 20 games this season. Only 6 came against teams with a winning record. And the quarterback in those games struggled. 8 turnovers, 27 sacks. Orlovsky was talking about this the other day. No quarterback has ever entered the Super Bowl having been sacked this many times in the postseason. 15. Yeah. All right? He's only completing 55% of his passes. Now, you played from in front against the Chargers. You were at home. They had a bad O-line. You played from in front against Houston because C.J. Stroud had one of the worst playoff games in history. And then the game against Denver, Peyton doesn't want to kick the field goal early. And then you take a 1-score game and you prevent it from getting the 2 scores. They've taken advantage of all their opportunities. I don't think Seattle gives them those opportunities that the other teams have.
All right, so that's just a taste of what we have coming your way on Super Bowl all morning long.
Oldest quarterback to do it for the first time. He beat out New England's Drake May in the closest vote since Peyton Manning and Steve McNair were co-MVPs in 2003. Stafford also speaking about next season, saying he will play his 18th season, putting to rest any retirement talk. This is how the voting went down. Closest vote since the weighted voting system was instituted in 2022. Under the previous voting system, that's where we had the tie in 2003 between Manning and Air McNair.
My entire journey has been about growing, and I'm just so thankful that it's led me to this point here in Seattle.
The Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
The Patriots are used to winning.
The Patriots are Super Bowl champions.
It's a new era that we're trying to build, get back to what they created.
I ain't come this far just to come this far. Touchdown! You got to be kidding me. Perfect pass by Sam Darnold. Holy catfish. Ooh, let's go! Hell yeah! Hey, we're only going to the Super Bowl, baby!
2 days away from Super Bowl 60 as we bring in Super Bowl 41 champ Jeff Saturday onto the program. Jeff, good morning to you. Drake May has been sacked 15 times in this postseason across 3 games alone. Why has the Patriots offensive line struggled to protect him?
Yeah, techniques and fundamentals. Josh McDaniels has done a great job of actually giving them the right protection calls. They're just not executing. I'm going to show you on this tape, like he's giving them what we would consider safe calls from the offensive line perspective, fellas. Like this is 6-man protection. 5 offensive linemen in the back are going to be protecting against 4 rushers. So the back is going to chip on the outside of Will Campbell, the left tackle. He goes up. What is he going to do? He's going to whiff the block and not touch him. But the problem is Will Campbell is bailing out instead of creating a backboard for the left guard Wilson to be able to push him into it. So now the internal pressure gets home and they sack Drake May. Now, this is like the sin of all sins. 7-man pro. So you got 7 guys blocking 4 guys. The guard's going to peek from the left to number 0 all the way across the right. But what does he do when the ball is snapped? He begins to bail and puts himself on a different level. The center's eyes go to the other side. Bradbury looks to the right. Now you're getting pressure again up inside against Drake May. That's a cardinal sin. You 7-man pro. Drake May's got to sit back there, smoke a cigarette in the pocket, and then deliver the ball down the field. They have got to figure this out. They've given up 11 of their 15 sacks to a 4-man rush. Absolutely unacceptable. This is the biggest matchup of the game, fellas.
All right, let's flip the script. What's the biggest challenge for Sam Darnold in Seattle's offensive line against the Pats' defensive front?
Well, we know the Patriots are going to pressure, right? They give 41% pressure rate. That's the most by anybody. But internal pressure. And you start thinking about, how guys can get home. All quarterbacks become very, very, very normal when they get internal pressure. And as you're looking at Williams, right, get inside, get the pressure as Milton's going up the field. Again, that's an all-pro right guard there in Denver, and he's just making easy work of them. But I think that's going to be the key matchup for the Patriots. And here's the thing, fellas. It's not just about sacks. It's about making the quarterback reset his feet or move. And because what that does, it messes up the timing between the QB and the receiver. You get your DBs can get tips, or the linebackers, they can get in the lanes. That's exactly what they're looking for, because when the Patriots turn the ball over and take deep shots down the field, that's their formula to win.
So if that happens, maybe we do get Len Dawson 2.0, Drake May smoking a victory cig after the Patriots take care of business against the Seahawks. Jeff
Possibly.
Saturday joining us this morning on SportsCenter. Thanks.